The Canadian Football League has a very rich history, over 100 years. In fact, it is older than the American football or NFL. Unfortunately, it does not compete with the NFL. And the reason why comes from the top and from the bottom. This is going to be a little short video explaining why from a guy who doesn't really watch football or understand very much, but I do understand business. The formative years of the league, the rules were pretty inconsistent. They actually varied from province to province, and they didn't have unified rules until about 30 years after American football did. And I think that's a problem because older people like your grandparents or my grandparents weren't really interested in football or didn't really watch much football. And if the rules were inconsistent from province to province, it'd be hard for them to keep track. People would probably want to go watch hockey. And the reason why I'm into hockey is because of generations of hockey fans. Probably most Canadians are the same way. I've heard that the CFL is very big out west. I'm about as east as you can go. And this is the second main huge issue, grassroots. That is where there's not many football programs around where I live. I'm not quite sure of the other eastern provinces, but I don't know anybody who's played football other than one substitute teacher that actually happened to be in the CFL. Here you have soccer and hockey programs and basketball too, but soccer and hockey are the most popular sports for kids to get in here where I live. I would assume most places across Canada, maybe not so much hockey anymore just because of the cost. When people play the sports, they're going to be interested in the sport. Another issue from the top is just the whole management of the CFL, and now they're trying to make it more like American football. And the guy, I watched his video and he put it really good that if Canadian football tries to be more like American football, they're just going to be like a minor league to the NFL. Although that is kind of how I see it as somebody on the complete outside. The CFL is a little bit more interesting when they have the three downs, because you can tell there's more action and more long passes and stuff like that because of that rule. Since you're in Canada, you're only really getting Canadian companies sponsoring your league anyways. When I'm watching CFL games, I'm always looking at all the Canadian companies that are sponsoring the games, like Princess Auto and Canadian Tire, companies that you don't really see in the big four leagues. I hope this gives you a little bit of insight from a non-fan perspective of what may be wrong with the CFL. If you like sports content and the business side of sports, that's what I'm trying to focus on. So like and subscribe and comment if you have any interesting topics you'd like me to cover.